there, and welcome back to Moving on the Mat with Dana. So I thought it'd be interesting to explore the chakras in regards to yoga, because they are a big discussion in yoga. They're a big point of discussion, and there actually are a lot of different poses that kind of work with the chakras. So there are 7 main chakras that run up along the spine, and today we're going to start with the very first chakra, the base chakra, the root chakra. And the color associated with the root chakra is red, and the element is earth. Okay, so root chakra is, we're always developing all the chakras in mind and body. Root chakra deals with stability and security. It's the first chakra, so it's something that we develop a lot in our youth. It has to do with family and roots and stability, anything that makes you feel more stable and secure. So we're going to actually go through a few poses to work on the root chakra, and basically these poses will help you really stabilize, connect, and ground with the earth. So the first one is mountain pose. So very simply, feet are going to ground. You're starting with the feet, starting with the very base and bottom of the feet. The feet are rooting and grounding, making sure those feet are hip width apart. Okay, and pulling the shoulder blades back a little and arms just resting at the side, and just really feeling those feet on the ground, making sure that the weight is equally distributed, that the feet are parallel, the feet are facing forward, the shoulders are back, the spine is long and tall, and just feeling like a mountain, really, like, so the bottom is really grounded and wide, and then it rises up, lengthens up, and the head just floats on top like a peak. And it's a little bit more air at the top, a little bit rockier. Okay, so just take a few breaths here in mountain pose. And as you're standing here, just making sure the knees are directly above the ankles, the hips are directly above the knees, the shoulders are directly above the hips, and again, head's just floating on top and arms are resting at the side. Then we're going to move into another standing pose with the balances. So we're going to take it to tree pose. So again, we're going to just shift our weight to one foot, soft knee, and then we're going to bring the other leg up. The foot can rest on the inside of either the calf or the thigh. And we're going to slowly bring those arms up overhead, extending them overhead. And just thinking about a tree, the roots are grounding, the roots are what keeps the tree long and tall and strong. So as much as there is branches above, there's that same amount of rooting below. And we're going to open our branches, open the trees, open the roots, and just hold here for a breath or two, grounding through the feet, lengthening through the spine. Take a few deep breaths in and out, and come back into center into a lotus mudra. And we're going to bring our feet back to the floor, back to the ground, back to where it's solid and grounded. And then we're going to switch over to the second side. So we're going to move over to the opposite leg. And again, I'm opening that knee up, opening that hip up, lengthening those arms up. And again, just holding a little longer. Again, the foot can be anywhere you want on the inside of calf or thigh. If you want to take it a little higher, if you feel like you can go right ahead and do that. Again, just take a minute to lengthen up, grounding through the bottom, lengthening through the whole body, rooting through those feet and toes, deep breath in and out. And again, opening the branches. Again, just imagine you have leaves on the fingers, or maybe some flowers or fruit growing on the fingers. Hold it here for another breath or two, and then come back in again and return both feet to the ground. Okay, so there's our first two really root-based yoga poses. We're going to take the right leg forward and left leg back, and just moving into warrior pose. So warrior pose, there's a lot of stabilizing. You're feeling the feet on the ground, feet are parallel, feet are hip width apart, bending through that front knee, sinking through that back heel. I'm going to sweep the arms up and just relax the arms at the top, and just hold here in first warrior. Deep breath in and out. And then open arms wide to warrior 2. Open the chest, open the arms, lengthen it out, reach it long. Return to center. And then a little twist to the other side. Open chest, back, shoulders, lengthen out, and back into first warrior. So let's do that again just really quickly. Just opening wide, floating out, lengthen out, sink into that front knee, second warrior, back to first warrior, and then a little twist out, open chest, back, shoulders, return to center, and we're going to come into that third warrior. So shifting forward on that front leg, lengthening out, reaching long, extending arms and legs, balancing, grounding, breathing, sweep the arms behind, rocket warrior, open the shoulder blade, open the chest, lengthen it out, gently drop back down. And then for the final rooted pose here, we're going to come into just legs long, arms long, and folding forward, coming into triangle pose. So hand resting on top of the ankle, or just beside the ankle if you like, and opening that chest and arm up. So again, straight legs, one hand to the ground, one to the sky, deep breath in and out. This is triangle pose. And then shift back up, and let's step it in. We're gonna come into feet parallel, hip width apart. And before we go on to the second side, we're just gonna take it to a floating chair. So again, really grounding through the feet. We're gonna slowly bring the arms up. We're gonna sink the tailbone back, look up, gaze up, action back, sink into it, reach into it, breathe into it, hold. And again, this is floating chair. And then come all the way up with hands to center. And let's do those warriors on the other side. So left foot forward, right leg back, feet parallel, back heel sinking, both feet grounding, front knee bending, sweeping those arms up, relaxing at the top, opening wide to warrior two, float out, open that chest out, sink into that front knee, return to center, first warrior, and then a little twist to the other side, warrior two, twist. Let's do it again just a little faster. First warrior, open wide, warrior two, float out, lengthen out, back to center, a little twist again, deep breath in and out, come all the way up, and we're going to go into the third warrior, grounding through that front leg, shifting your weight forward, lifting through back leg, extending through those arms, lengthening, grounding, breathing, balancing, finding that stability. Bring those arms behind, open chest, back, shoulders, gently drop down. Okay, and so once again, let's just come to warrior two, straighten both legs, and just folding forward, one hand to the ground or the ankle, the other arm reaching up, open chest, back, shoulders, and this is triangle pose. So once again, finding the stability in those legs, opening the chest, lengthening it up, deep breath in and out, and back up, and step together. Okay. Let's take it next to the ground for one more really grounding pose, really stabilizing through the feet. Feet are going to be parallel, maybe just a little more than hip width apart. Hands are at the heart, and we're sinking back, tailbone heavy, and we're just coming all the way down to Malasana. And again, we're stretching with the knees, the hips, the ankles, hands at the heart. And I'm going to come right down to sitting just to finish off. Okay, so just in sitting, so just taking another minute here, I'm going to just take it to bound angle pose for a few seconds. And I'm just going to let my knees sink down, spine lengthen up. So even when you're sitting and grounding, you're still feeling that rooting in the pose. So rooting and grounding here as well. So just thinking about that tailbone sinking into the ground as the rest of the spine lengthens up. Take a few deep breaths in and out. And I'm going to come into easy pose. Okay, so again, so the images, again, the color is red and brown, so colors of the earth, red and brown. If you just think about, again, tailbone sort of rooting and grounding into the ground, sort of like a radish or a carrot, and the rest of the spine's lengthening up. And again, when you're dealing with elements of earth or the base chakra, root chakra, anything that has to do with your sense of security or who you are. And if you find that, that you're struggling in any of those areas, or even if you're finding that there might be some pain or imbalance in the lower back or lower spine, that could also be connected to the elements of the root chakra, which deals with family and friends, and mostly where we come from, though, our roots. Okay, so roots and who we are, what we do. Okay, namaste. Thank you for joining me for this brief little intro to the root chakra and its poses, and I hope you will join me again. I'm moving on the mat with Dana. Namaste.